All right, welcome back to an episode of Coaching Unplugged. I am sitting here with a special guest. Before we get into the special guest, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down there so you don't miss an episode. Because today's topic is why you should be friends with older, successful people. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily the people that you just see, that are not really doing much in life or whatnot. I'm talking about people who are real, genuine, authentic folks, not the ones that you see just all this money and this and that. That necessarily means that it's successful. So we're talking about people who are genuine, who have good spirited mindsets, those gentlemen that really can gauge and help you really build in your future. And I'm only going to bring you people that I know that is going to do just that. And this gentleman right here is no different. His name is Sheik. I call him Sheik Boogie. We've known each other for quite some time, couple years, and every time I've always actually spoken with him, I've always gained a sense of new insight, some new knowledge, and some development. So that's going to happen with us today, and I'm going to be able to let him take it away and just basically introduce himself and share with that. Before we all go into that, let's get it unplugged. All right, Sheik, Boogie, what's going on?
What's going on? Everything is good, man. Everything is good.
That's what's up.
No credit. All praise to my King,
Amen.
right? Most High. Come by way of the Messiah, Yeshua.
All right, amen. So listen, for those fellas who don't know, we're talking to the spiritual icon right here, man. Someone who is maybe I'm not giving it too much, but all the way from San Diego, California, right? You're in San Diego?
Sir.
And it's incredibly sunny over there as it's starting to get dark on this side of the water on the East Coast. Off, not wasting no time, but why should anyone, as far as someone who's a young man and is 19, 20, even 18, should be really considering a friend who's older, um, and I would even say successful. That's two different mediums there too. So older and successful people, what could they gain from that kind of friendship?
You know, real simple. I'll tell you a story. It's a guy named Greg Cap. I met Greg Cap about 10 years ago. There was this leadership development meeting. They were like, you need to get into it. You need to get into it. It costs this much. Man, I don't want to spend no money. But they were like, do it. Right? So first thing was I paid attention to success leaves clues. So I paid attention to the clues. I saw successful people telling me what to do, right? So I paid attention to their success. So they say, get into this program. It'll change your mindset. So anyway, there's this guy named Greg Cap, probably in his 50s at the time, kind of losing his memory a little bit. But he said something. And the reason why I listened to him, I heard that his story was he was a postal worker, low self-esteem, and he built himself into a mental mindset giant where he got to a point where he hasn't really worked for 15 years, but he still makes $1 million a year residually. So he's like, every Tuesday, every Saturday, these checks just keep coming in and coming in and coming in. And I just sat there like a little kid, Indian style, like just taking, like eating it. I've never met anybody like that.
Wow.
And he said, listen, this is what you need to know. 3 things. He said, know what you know. Very important. You need to know what you know. Agreed?
Agreed.
He then said, you need to know who knows what you don't know. Mentorship, guidance, counsel. You get what I'm saying? Like fundamental things that we in our culture don't necessarily have great examples of. He said, you need to know. So he said, you need you need some kind of a leadership foundation. So it's like, where are you getting your counsel from?
Mm.
Is it just in here? Oh, God help you. He said you got 60,000 thoughts a day. Good luck. So first one, know what you know. So he said, work on yourself. Number two, know who knows what you don't know, right? Learn from them, learn from their mistakes, learn, get mentorship, get the guidance that you need. Number three, that's all you need to know. Excuse me. Time's up. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need to know. Know what you know who knows what you don't know. That's all you need to know. And then you go. I learned that from a guy who was in his 60s from Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Like a mailman. We have nothing in common other than we like football. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, he was super successful. He shared that. He was like, know these things and then go. You know, so I hope that answered your question.
Sure. So, you know, so basically it's really me getting connected with somebody that is maybe say far more, you know, in a different stage in their life. They have, you know, they have certain type of assets, intelligence. They have certain type of, you know, aspiration, but they also have a desire to help younger people as well, right? So in this essence, where would you, you know, what would you say that kind of friendship, you know, looks like? Is that a matter of, you know, a weekly type of get together? Because I'll tell you, you know, like this, I know my cousin actually, he's been on my show before. I've witnessed firsthand the type of friendships that he have are all people that are doing something. One's an attorney, one works at a school, one runs their own business, and they have get-togethers having cigars. Now, I'm not saying, you know, that should be the hangout spot necessarily, but, you know, where would somebody find that kind of friendship? You know, is it a matter of a certain place, an event? You know, what would you say it looks like? Because maybe if somebody is in your area, how would they even find you?
What automatically came to my head was what Jesus said. And I'm gonna mess the scripture up, so. But it's more along the lines of ask or seek and you shall find. Mm-hmm. You know, asking it will be given, seeking you shall find, knocking the door will be answered. I'm probably getting it mixed up in one way or another, but it's like, do you have that kind of mindset first? It's like, all right, listen, I know there's some things I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what they are, but you know, it's important to ask certain questions. First one would be this: what do I want? Chris, in relation to our conversation just a few minutes ago, what do I want?
Right.
What do I want?
Dang. Okay. I get to speak. I'm listening to and letting God just speak right through you for a minute.
But it doesn't end there.
It's true.
Why? Be okay with asking, why do I want it?
Wow.
Why do I want this?
Right.
Why do I want this? Okay, now it doesn't end there. Next question. Next question. This one hurts. What am I willing to sacrifice?
Man. And those are some questions that are.
She gets it, by the way. She gets it. She knows what she wants.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt.
Right. Why she wants it.
Right.
What she's willing to sacrifice.
Wow. And it sounds like, you know, what we're talking about, she wants it more. She knows what she wants.
Yeah. Clarity.
it's already set in that point. At this point, it's like whether or not I'm willing to accept.
Yeah, it's a decision's been made on one end. You know how I got into Christianity? Shorty was like, yeah, bro, if you're not following this guy, it's not happening. Foolishly, you know, I was like, all right, well, you know, but I learned something. I learned some things, you know, so I don't want to blabber on, but it's interesting that you say what you said. You know, it's like get clarity on what you want. Why do you want it? What are you willing to sacrifice for it? And then the rest is easy.
So
you know what? By the way, in relation to what we're talking about,
right?
That's from a mentor, someone slightly older than mine, John Epting. I saw him. I paid attention to him. He lived a lifestyle that I admired. He was older than me. He was, you know, he's been through some other things. We have some things in common, and he spoke a different language that I wanted to learn. You know, and that was communication. So with that, I got that from mentorship. Got that from someone. What's the topic? Who needs to be friends with older people?
So, and that's all it is at this point. And if you're watching this video, I hope you're taking notes on this because this is some amazing stuff. And I basically look to all my friends for some type of mentorship activity. And I hope that every time that I do meet with them, I gain some type of homework that I've got to work on me that I could take from it. So I'm gonna give you this insight, and it's plain and simple. I think you should always be open to older friendships because you're going to gain something. You're going to gain something that's going to be useful, that's going to be meaningful. There is no doubt that there's someone doing it better than you and probably easier than what you're doing. But they have gone through some things that are probably unmanageable that you would not have ever known unless you actually, you actually come across that person. I believe that there's divine power and seriously the way how things are coordinated based on the experiences that God puts into other people's lives, so that when you come across that person, you cross paths, you begin to take shape on something that you can avoid for you, and then you can do better in your life. So I learned it from my cousin Dave. I've learned it from people that I became close with, like yourself, Sheik, honestly. But I'm always trying to figure out, well, how should this person, as a successful friendship, how should they challenge me? How should they be able to go forward and challenge me to be better than I am today? What does that look like for somebody like myself? Even for me, you can just speak, candidly on that.
Yeah, I would say, I have a team of agents that I train, develop, and I call our name is Team Shield, right? So service, helping, inspiring, leading, and developing. That's all. I focus on those things with my team. How do I serve? How can I help? Right? How can I inspire? How can I lead? How can I develop? So I had a mentor, his name's Monty Holmes. This guy's like a billionaire. he developed this concept. He called it the 4 F's, and everybody kind of turned into the 5 F's. So it's really the 5 F's now, but we'll talk about all 5. He says faith, family, finance, fitness, fun. We put the 5th F in fun. Faith, family, finance, fitness. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something, homie. I only care about those things with you. I just want to know you right with where you need to be with God, wherever that is. I just, he has you where he has you. I just want you to be aware of it. Mm-hmm. Right? And then, all right, cool. Next step, family. Right? I just want to make sure you're good. Right? So we just check on each other from time to time, right? Just make sure we're good. Sure. That's family. Okay. And, if we want to discuss it deeper, obviously, then there's finance. You handling your business. Are you handling your business? Hey, how's that looking? Are you set up? Are you straight? Deeper than just, I'm like, hey, you got 3 to 6 months of emergency funds. How's your debt management plan? You know what I'm saying? Like, how's that looking? Like, and let's leave a level of accountability there because we want to grow.
Right.
So finance, business, and then fitness. Hey, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, come on, homie. Can we get 10 a morning? You know what I mean? Let's do a couple of burpees and move on, you know? Like, come on. Like, that's what I had. But here's the thing, it's not one person in all categories.
Sure.
I need a mentor in my faith. So I have someone who I hold accountable. It's like a kingdom man ministry. Right? Someone who's a man who's like at a level that I'm not mentally, spiritually, right? A coach.
Right.
I have a coach in my life there. In my family. I was like, man, I can't figure that out. Good Lord, help me. I don't have that right. My family, you know, oh man, okay. Divorced, you know what I mean? Oh man, just not a good situation. Oh man, I need to find some successful people. Oh man, that guy looks like, man, it seems like he's got it in order. Let me fill him out. Not so much. Let me keep looking because I want to get better with my family, right? Then my finances. All right, well, hey, where am I at? You know what I'm saying? Am I properly protected? If something happens to me, is my family okay? You know what I mean? All right, next step. Hey, what's the next step? Making sure my whole family's on point. Build. Next step, right? So that's family and business. Finances. So when I say finances, I want you to think also, are you handling your business? All right, so we can say finance / business, and then fitness, right? And then fun. Then you have fun. Okay. Then you can go turn up.
Right.
Anyway, I digress.
No doubt. And I think all of them are important. All of them are equally important. I was just thinking really quick, like you can't even talk to some people as far as that reality check conversation. You know, that serious heart to heart, the pain part that, like when it comes down to, are you handling what you need to handle as far as your business? I made a video recently about that. You know, before you have anything fun in mind, you handle your business first. And it was, a lot of it had to do with, you know, making sure that, you know, those priorities out of the way. I have to be proactive nowadays, and I know it's something you already know about. You know, before trouble comes, before something happens, it's like I got to handle this, take care of this now, before I can be in a situation, or else I'll be in a situation that would be more of a detriment in the future. So one thing that comes to mind is that you can't necessarily, there's some people you can't talk to and give it that serious heart-to-heart challenge, and so you have to be open to a reality check that's going to almost sound a little familiar, like, you know, your parent or somebody that you that, you know, knows you since you were a kid, that had to check you when you were a kid. And because I don't think you get, the check don't stop. The reality check doesn't stop. You see what I'm saying? Some people think it ends as you get younger and all that stuff, and how you become a man. Like, oh yeah, I'm a man. Okay, a part of being a man, an adult, is being checked. And so you have to be comfortable with being, someone to challenge you and say, hey, you effing up. It's time to straight up. Like, you could tell me, shit, hey, bro, you putting on some weight. I think you need to go. What you doing? What you eating? I'm like, fine, cool, you right. I'm getting my ass in the gym. But I need that. Right. Anybody, you have people that say, oh, you look like you getting small. Wow, da, da, da. But they'll never tell you when you go in another direction. Or what's going on with you? You look like your clothes dirty, whatever, and unfolded. It's like people are so scared to check people. And it's really the older people. Let me tell you something. It's the older people. They don't have no problem telling you when you messing up. I know my own grandmother to this day. If I walk up on her and she say, you know something, she'll lean in real good. You kind of putting on some weight. You got this going on. What's going on with you? It's like we so scared of the reality check. And so I think that there's a lot of wealth and benefit for some to be really honestly close to somebody that's older, that can keep you in regard that they already don't walk their same shoes. They're going to walk through so many different experiences like you probably going to walk into. Why not? So with that in mind, I look at, okay, what is the benefit of me going forward in the future? What does that look like? Am I gonna, wake up one day and I just gonna have it all together, or will I just have ongoing guidance? What does that value system look like?
Life, man, dude, I wish I was your age right now.
Yeah.
And had that question like at least answered in some kind of way.
Okay.
Value. Value system, man. Again, I just think, what do I want? Right? What do I want? Why do I want it? What am I willing to give up? Can I start there? If I can start there, I can get so much clarity with everything else. What's my relationship with God? All right. Oh, I need to work on that. What are one or two things, just one or two things that I could tweak? Just tweak a little bit in my day-to-day activities. You know what? I could get a little devotional. Boom. All right, I'm gonna read that. It's got 3 scriptures at the bottom. So the next year, the first year, I'm too busy to read the scriptures at the bottom. You know what I mean? But the first year, I was able to get that first page in. Right. So I'm like, you know what? This is something I could do every single day for the rest of my life. All right, cool. Next year, oh man, I could probably maybe dissect the scriptures real quick. Maybe have my wife involved. You get what I'm saying? And like, I'm working on me. Mm-hmm. Right? Business. If I can read 5 pages a day, 5 pages a day, Chris, 5 pages a day. Mm-hmm. That's 6 books a year. Am I a different person? Whether I retain all of it, of course not. I'm slow brain, right? But I'm something. Can I apply 1 or 2 things into my life? You know what I'm saying? And then I can get more control of things. And then maybe I can develop a vision, because I start hearing mentors talk about, hey, you need to be clear on what you're trying to do. Why are you here? Why are you here?
Sure. That's a wake-up call.
Real quick, ask questions like this.
Okay.
What's my purpose?
A lot of people can't answer that though. A lot of young cats and I will tell you, in my 20s, I was I was trying to figure it out on early. And I knew people that knew me, like my mom, like my, people I knew that said, hey, you have a greater purpose. You I don't know what it is, but it is this. It's what you and I are talking about right now. It's to be able.
There's people in their 70s right now. There's people in their 70s right now, maybe just asking that question. Or there may be some that never did.
Wow.
Because they never, here's where it goes back to what you were saying. Ego. That was the word I was thinking when you were saying ego. And you know what ego stands for? This is a mentor of mine, Chris Felton. He said, it means edging God over. You got it figured out now. Okay. Got it. Copy that. You got it figured out. All right. No, you don't. Stop. No, you don't. There's a lot to be worked on. Faith, family. Let's start there. Faith, family, business. Let's start there. All right, fitness. Boom. Then maybe let's have a little fun. Let's figure out how to incorporate that. But let's get clear on the priorities. What's the priorities? Faith, family, All right. Stay there. All right. Incorporate something small little thing. One thing. What can I do today that I can stick to? There's the last thing about that. There's a book called Compound Effect.
Compound Effect.
Okay. Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Why would I listen to him? Here's why. He was the editor-in-chief chief editor of Success magazine.
Mm.
So he interviewed 12 of, it was one issue a month, and interviewed people like Oprah Winfrey, Joel Osteen, uber successful people. Whether you believe in their ideologies, that's another thing. They make a lot of money. And he got into their mindsets. And out of that, it was like, okay, that's why I listened to him. So he wrote the book called Compound Effect. And he just said, you could have two people at the same exact place, the same exact situation, family, kids, whatever. And it could be one little decision daily, and they'll go the complete opposite way. And one could be, you know what, I'm gonna eat an apple instead of Snickers, or instead of a quesadilla.
Okay.
It could be that little decision right there that changes the whole trajectory of their life. That little decision. That's the compound effect. So then it compounds. Oh, one apple, okay. Quesadilla, okay. And they're just in totally different worlds.
Wow. So that is challenging somebody to change their habits. Is what you're talking about.
Oh man. Don't get me started on this book.
Did I hit something when I said that, right?
You hit a nerve. You made my neck hurt. I just pulled something.
We're challenging somebody to change their habits because they are habits that are preconditioned in the mind. And those habits are linked to behaviors that we deem to be comfortable. I know I sound like Dr. Umar Johnson when I say that, but it's true. You're comfortable based on what you seem to be a behavior that that feels good and in the mind. And anytime you do something new, it attaches itself to the parts of the mind that deals with pain too. And so that's where I'm automatically saying, okay, how can I get uncomfortable so I can be comfortable? Because if I know that in the future I want to be fit, I want to be successful. Successful means I want to have, $250,000 plus in my account. But that's my form of success, knowing that I can do things with my family and not have to think about it. Right? I have an abundance of, what I need to be able to live a full life. All right. And then I'm also in my faith, I'm asking God, what is it that I have to do to please you? How can I serve you? And I serve you well so that you can be proud of me. I think about a song by Marvin Sapp. He saw the best in me. But see, the only way, how can he see the best? How can he continue to see the best in me? What can I do to show that? How can I make Abba, Father, proud of me based on my purpose? To allow me to change my thoughts, to allow me to change my behaviors, my habits, the things that I have been continuously doing. The people that I'm around right now, there's somebody that's watching this video that is around someone, that's friends with someone, that's pulling them down. They don't even know it. They claim that this person who they see to be doing better than them, right? Who they vision as their mentor is pulling them and draining them down, putting them in situations that is causing them more harm than good, and they don't even know it. So that's why I do what I'm doing right now, because I've been there. I've been in situations like that. So how can I, and it's going to be my last discussion, I don't want to go over our time, but how can I be sure that the person that is supposed to be guiding me is the right person for me, that is the person that has the best interest for me? What does that look like?
I'm going to just stay at habits. Okay. And there's a book I'm going to highly suggest everyone read. It's called The Greatest Salesman in the World. Author is Og Mandino. The book is about 100 something pages, very short book. But if you finish the book how it's supposed to be read, it will actually take you 10 months.
Wow. That's a long time.
In that book, it's about what they call sacred scrolls, 10 sacred scrolls that you have to read. Okay. You have to read it in the morning, you have to read it in the afternoon, and you have to read it in the evening. 30 days straight before you move to the next one.
Okay.
I did it. So let me share with you the first scroll. And it's a great story, incredible story. I will form good habits and become their slave. I said, what? And here's what it said. You will either be a slave to good habits or bad habits. Period. So if I'm a slave, I'd rather be a slave to my good habits than my bad habits. My bad habits must be destroyed. You get what I'm saying? So having that kind of mindset will help you. It's like, okay, is this God? Is this good? What do I want? Why do I want it? What am I willing to sacrifice? Hey, no offense, homie. You know, I love our conversation, but you know, I'm gonna be busy on several projects. I got to spend a little bit more time into what I'm trying to do. No offense. Don't take it personally.
Right.
I need to seek some I got to figure this out. So I need some guidance because I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I think I should even be. Right. We're going to work through those questions. What do I want?
Sure.
All right. Is it getting me there? So any little habit that I'm doing. All right, cool. Man, I would love to lose whatever amount. All right, cool. This bag of Cheetos. Is that going to get me to my goal? What do I want? Why do I want it? What am I willing to sacrifice? You want to lose the weight? Good habits or bad? Here we go again. It's that simple. Compound effect. It could be that simple. Damn, these carrots. Cheetos. Nice and comfortable. Nice and comfortable. Okay. You better learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable for a little bit so your life can become comfortable. No free lunch. Everything's a cost and the price is not for sale. You got to pay the price, man. So we all going through it. I'm still paying the price. Excuse my French. You know what I'm saying? I don't have it all figured out. Let me humble myself. Ego. Sure. I've got a lot to work on. Sure. That's why I'm taking notes. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me get in this convention and let me take these notes and let me pay attention to this stuff.
I mean, you got to see too, you know, there are a lot of people that are watching this that they get their form of what success looks like from social media, you know, and I'm not at all sharing that. That's
don't get me started on the DET awards.
Well, that too. I mean, you listen, man, like it's a dangerous game to consider what people say, oh, is, you know, per se, like that person's doing this, or look at that couple, you know, this what is it, Tiny and T.I. and all these different couples, celebrity couples, and this and that, and you will never know what's really going behind closed doors. Some of the things that you would find so, like, you know, you wouldn't imagine what they're fighting, some of the demons that they're fighting, you would never know, because they keep that stuff off social media. The stuff they keep on, oh, it's just happy smiles. Everybody's, and so the people, what their people are, you know, feel aspired to do, they feel inspired to do is if it's from that depiction, that image of, okay, everything is all right, this is how I should be, and wow, he's got all this money and this. I never look at what goes on social media like that and think, oh wow, well, this and that, I'm trying to be like. No, because that's a false image of what it really is, to be honest with you. And half the time you wouldn't want to trade what they got going on for what you got going on.
Not at all. Not at all.
So,
Man, I fell into that trap, dude. I ain't gonna lie. Back in what was it, the 90s? Jay-Z,
oh yeah,
big pimping, man. You just want to be like that, and
yeah. On the
just,
boat, on the yacht. He was on the yacht, won't he?
man, yeah. So I don't know if Jay-Z per se, but he didn't help us. That didn't help, because now we want that and we don't have much, but we trying to do what he doing because we think that's how kings do it.
Right.
And the trap, man, the trap, dude. It's like fall into the pit anyway. And BET Awards didn't help. I think they hurt. Man, how you have a situation where you're glorifying a dude dressed up in and blinged out, and he over here got shorties here and there twerking, and I'm guilty because I know I used to watch it. God help me, because I got a lot of answers.
Yeah, it's definitely a fantasy that comes for a lot of people. Is
But
what
that's supposed to be a family show.
supposed to be. Supposed to be, but like many others, it's far from it. And
I won't turn this into political.
I know, we know it, but look, we trying to protect some young men, man. We trying to get them right, and I hope that from what you saw, from what you be able to at least listen to, has been engaging, because this is the groundwork. We're laying the groundwork for you to be with real, genuine people, not the stuff that you see that is out there and it looks like it's just shiny, everything looks great, everything is. Let me tell you something, you always run into some stuff. It's how you prepare for it. Who is in your corner? Do you have people that are in your corner for your best interest? Do you have people that are going to challenge you? Do you have people that are going to check you? Are you going to bark at somebody that's really trying to look out for you, that care about you, and because they're checking you, because they're giving you that reality check? Be open to someone that is older. Be someone that's been through it. Engage in, and if you, let's just say this too, you want to get somewhere. Let's just say you want to be, you want to work at a particular company, or you want to be a basketball player. You want to be somebody like this, or you have desires, right? You have desires to getting there. It's a stairway system. That person's on the top step. You're at the bottom step. Okay. In order for you to get to that next step, you have to be able to rely or be okay, be comfortable connecting with somebody that's there at the top. But in order way to do that, you have to know that those stairs are going to hurt those knees as you're walking up those steps. That's the pain point, right? So as that person's trying to help you, guide you through that pain point between those knees hurting, you going up them steps, you have to be able to be comfortable in learning and engaging that journey. Be comfortable with the journey, not rushing to that journey, but connect with people that's already there. Connect with people that's already there. Your friends that you maybe consider friends, reevaluate what that looks like. Look at the people that are in your circle. If you could think about the people that are on your circle right now, how do they make you, like Sheik already discussed with you, how do they help you as far as your fitness, your health? Do they challenge you on those things? Do they challenge you on your faith? What does that look like? What does that makeup look like? So ask yourself those things and reevaluate your purpose, reevaluate your priorities, and then be able to say, okay, at this point, I have this going on. I set this, this plan in place, and work towards it. Do the work. Be comfortable with that. I am nobody perfect. I'll let you know that right now. I'm someone who has a desire that I see that there was an open opportunity to help people like yourself. who've gone through some things, who maybe need a little bit of a push because I've gone through and been through it and still need challenging and very much comfortable being checked. So do that. Be comfortable with that because that's essentially where I want you to be to thrive. Okay. So Sheik, man, listen, I appreciate you. Any final thoughts you before I let you go?
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on some of what you were saying, and the book that came to mind was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Old book. Old book. I got the opportunity to have a friend who was in politics, and I got to meet some high level politicians, and just, I'm just a guy, and I paid attention to how they treated me, how they talked to me, because they were at a high level of position. I was like, man, where these guys? So it's like all these guys took that class, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I noticed it was like it was like plaques. Obama is like an expert. Whether you agree with his, his ideologies, whatever, he's an expert at winning friends and influencing people.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Policies or not, no one can say he's he know how to talk. Very charismatic. Same thing with your boy Clinton.
Right.
Right. So it would be that. It's like learn how to communicate effectively with people, because your network, you are 6 degrees from separation from everybody in the world.
Mm.
Last thing on that. Like, for example, I think to myself, I remember saying, oh, there'll never be a black president ever. Mm. Next thing I know, I'm in a position where I'm actually shaking his hand.
No kidding.
Yeah. Next thing I know, I'm at his the 4th of July, when I was still active duty. We're at the 4th of July in the White House backyard. Ah. And it was just like, oh, okay, well, all because of like books. Let me back up. 3 things. I'll leave it at this. The difference between you and 5 years from now, Chris, is going to be these 3 things: the books you read. What are you reading? The associations you keep. Mm-hmm. Really, that's who's your hot 5. And then events that you go to. Where are you going? Mm. Why are you going there? And it goes back to, what do I want? Why do I want it? What am I willing to sacrifice? So,
wow. Cool. Listen, man, truly groundbreaking work right here. The events, I just want to point out, that was like a big wake up call, because I had to really find a time, and I kind of give you a backstory on this, why I say this, but really understand, why do I go to certain places? Why are these events necessary? What am I going to gain from being there? And you learn that very quickly, even as you get older. When the club scene and all that stuff gets real tired and you get done with that, right? You realize how much time you may have wasted. You may have had some fun experiences. The music's good. You may have come across somebody you like or something like that. But at the end of the day, long story short, it's like, okay, what am I to gain from that? And it's very clear. And this is why I say this is, I realized that when I first moved to the DMV area, there are a lot of those situations, a lot of those, here's the next brunch you got to be at. Here's this, you got to be this, you got to be there, and so you get so lost into what's going on based on the who's who, that you forget that you're losing you. You see what I'm saying? You're losing yourself trying to be in this makeup of this network. And so you have to realize, again, where your actions are taking you, and exactly what are you going to gain? What are you going to gain from those experiences? What are you going to gain from being around those people? So
and as you say that, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I'm from that area. Born and raised, I was, born in PG County Hospital, right? Yeah. So here's a great example. I know a guy So I'm like, oh, you need to hook up with my man Siddiqui. He's well connected in the DMV area.
Okay.
And like he's been there his whole life. You know what I mean? He's in a field that you might find very intriguing, but one way or another, he can kind of walk you around, you know, and now you can say, what do I want? And just get some feedback from a guy older than you, been around, learn, you know what I'm saying, understands, you know, and is doing what he wants to do with his life. So leading by example, right?
And that connect. I'm all for it, man. I'm definitely all for it. And
seek guidance. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm hungry for it. Good. I'm hungry for it. So I am humbly, first of all, grateful to have you on the show. As always, you're always welcome here. And obviously from what we shared tonight, we shared a wealth of good information. As always, you know, make sure that you let us know what you thought based on the conversation. Do you find value in being, you know, friends with older people? You know, I'm talking about people that have a wealth of knowledge, people that are truly there, genuine, authentic people that are there to really navigate some of the life challenges that they've gone through that they're helping you get through as well. Are you comfortable being checked? Are you comfortable with wanting more, but understanding the work that's going to take to get there? Listen, there's no easy cakewalk in life. It's going to come at a cost, but you can be able to pay up once you've known that you have all the tools and the right people around you to do so. So as always, it's good in a wealth of importance to be unplugged. And as your mentor, Chris and Sheet, hey, listen, we have love for you. We care about you. Let us know again in the comments so we can go ahead and be able to respond to those and give you some guidance. As always, stay unplugged with us. Subscribe, like, share, and be blessed. Truly be blessed and get it unplugged. 1.